Hello everyone, Shahin is here. Today we are going to discuss using STL parts to make an assembly. This is quite a common case when you have access to 3D printing parts, but then you want to edit those or you want to make an assembly from those components to get a better idea how the improvement works. So today we go through some key steps for conducting this. So first thing, you have to open the STL files individually. When you try to open, for example, one file here, before pressing open, just go to the options and see what options you have. So definitely you want to bring them as solid, not as a surface or graphic body. And STL files don't have any unit on them. They're just numbers. When you say millimeter, those numbers are interpreted as millimeters. So this is what happens when I open the STL as a part. So first, SolidWorks tries to convert them to solid, but in that process, all features are being lost. The features are key for making assembly, and this is just based on the triangulation or whatever strategy which was used to create the STL, and this is not very useful for assembly. For example, this is the solid part. I just opened the STL file, and because the option was set to the solid, you see that here we have got a one single solid part, but then that is all. There is no feature here. So these features like holes, like edges, planes, vertices, they are needed for making an assembly. So you can't assemble STL files directly from the assembly window. First, all STL files should be saved as a solid like this one, and then we try to just bypass the full conversion of this body into features. Maybe we only need few features. I mean, separately, I would show you how to reverse engineer an STL into a part with all the features, but that is not for today. So maybe in this case, you only need few planes, few curves or edges to let you for complete the assembly. So the first thing is you have to set the unit. If that's not the proper unit, you set this, and then you go and save this as a solid part. So all the STL files, just save them as a solid part in a separate folder like I did here, and then press save. So once you finish, you would end up with having a number of STL files converted to solid part. And now I have started a new assembly, imported all the component that I want to assemble. But here, for example, if I want to make that whole that part to have this cylindrical face concentric with the other one, that is not immediately doable. So what we can do here is we just pick what features are essential for that assembly. So first thing, I go and select this part, and then I go to edit the part. So let me save that first. I will save this together with the rest of my SolidWorks part. And now that okay, so this part is now editable. maybe I would be more comfortable to isolate this, make it easier to browse. And then the first thing I do is I pick a patch and then go to reference geometry, make a plane. So this plane is parallel to that. So if I want that to sit on that plane, maybe I have to add one more point, which I'm certain, so this point is included. Now I have the right plane. So on this plane, I would make a sketch, and then let's make a arbitrary circle, because you cannot pick the center of either of these things here. So that is here. So now I have a circle which is sitting on that plane. So let me select the circle, and then I go and hold the shift and pick one point which belongs to, for example, this circle. So this one. Now making them coincide, it means now my circle is passing from here. Approve and do the same thing with two more points. So in this case, I'm going to pick that point and make them coincide. Last point we need to coincide is again selecting the circle and a different point from the existing triangles. Now we managed to make a circle, and all right, so that circle now should be usable as a reference. I can make this extruded to somewhere over here, or let's see if I keep it as it is. Now we save this part, and the next thing is we do the same thing with this face. Okay, so that is, I have to make that editable first, and now make that isolated for an easier. In this case, I want to add some references on this plane. So picking that patch and adding a reference plane. So this plane at this stage is just parallel to that. To make it sitting over there, I need one more point to be picked. Maybe I hold the shift and not holding the shift, just clicking that one. It would add one more condition to definition of that plane. And now the plane is on the right spot. All right, so now on that plane, you create a sketch, and that sketch, again, make a freehand circle. So this circle doesn't have any condition. Make sure you didn't accidentally added a condition to that. So now I want that periphery to coincide with holding the shift and picking one point here. I'm not picking a line, just picking a point. All right, so maybe I would go with not that vertex. So select that one again and hold the shift, pick this vertex and coincide. Approve. Circle. Another point on the same circle. Coincide. Approve. And finally, that circle. Hold the shift and this point. Coincide. Now we managed to set our second reference. All right, so exit isolate, Now this part with that part, how can we make them together? So I'm holding that sketch and go to the finishing the edit. Now we are in the assembly mode. So let's see, with that we did have the sketch over here. Okay, that's fine. What I do is I hold that circle, click, and go to the mates, and I want to mate that with this reference edge which I created here. And okay, now they are concentric. So next thing, I do have two planes to mate them together. So that is this plane. I want that to be coincide with this plane here. So make them coincide. And now you got your two parts made together. So the procedure for completing this assembly is time consuming, but that follows the same rule which I outlined here. So you can do this one by one and only adding the references which are needed. We didn't need to go through all the features. That is overkill, not needed for making an assembly. But you could try this, and if any question, you can post your questions. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Take care and see you again.